Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a brief overview real quick. Should be a couple minute video, but as you can see, everything here at the table. Today I bought a 1988 F-150 long bed 302 automatic 2-wheel drive, which if it's just a pretty truck, I don't mind 2-wheel drives, but if it's one around here and everything, 4-wheel drive's best, but I dig it actually. But anyways, next couple of videos after this one are going to be working on that. Got a new trailer hitch for the back. We got a hook drill through the frame, bolt it in. I got the wiring harness on its way. There's going to be new headlights, new grille, front new springs, front sway links, front hubs, calipers, ball joints. Everything in the front end's getting redone. The rear end's getting new brake drums, wheel cylinders, all the new hardware, new pads, new shoes. I'm replacing a brake line from the rear end the whole way up to the front distribution block. What else are we going to do? There's a bunch of wiring on it that somebody thought that they were a backyard mechanic, and you'll get a kick out of some of those. But I got to fix all that wiring, relume it, retape it, and everything to make it look nice. Just basic, change plugs, wires, change fluids. The automatic shifter doesn't work anymore, and I've been trying to source the cable, which they're discontinued, so I'm trying to find somebody that has an old truck in the field that I can get it off of. What else? That's the generalize of it. But as far as the SR goes, you guys will like this one. If I can get the camera out of the... There it is. Alright, so we have both motor mount brackets completely solid. They're welded in, they're done. I have that side cut out. I got to cut this side out today. I got to cut it down to right here the way across. Over there in the corner I have the transmission mounts, but got the intake bolted on. I got the throttle body on, the bracket. This is where the fuel pressure regulator goes. I can't find I have a good adjustable one. I haven't been able to find it yet. I'll put it on. This is just temporary. But fuel injectors. This is the feed for the fuel line. This is PVC valve for the valve cover, which goes to a catch can. This goes to your brake booster. And down here, we got the oil filter and the bracket back on. I need to fix this oil sending unit. The oil pressure sensor needs to be replaced here. I took the radiator hose inlet out. I took it apart, made sure the thermostat inside was good, and you can see I re-siliconed it, and then I re-siliconed it back here. This piece you can't see with my finger, it's welded shut. That's one of the water lines, and there's a water line up here that's welded shut. I have hose covers for these ones. I'm not going to use water. I got the starter bolted in. I found the bolts for all those. So I got to get that figured out. And now that I just noticed, I don't know how I'm going to get the bolt in because of the starter. I'm assuming I'm going to have to put the starter in after the engine's in, but this is trial and error. I also got to get the alternator bolted in, which I don't know if I put the alternator in here, where is it going to land? So maybe these are things I'll work on tonight while I'm up here. Started a compression test, but I ran out of battery juice. Turbo manifold's still on. I have to cut this and turn it almost 45 degrees to cut this way, so it clears. That it has to go back that way. Right now it's going into that hole, which is where this is, and it can't be in there, so it has to go that way. But other than that, I think today's just going to be a ding-donging around and see what I can get odds and ends done here tonight, and then the next video will probably be my dad's truck, and we can work on all this. And once all the other parts get here. So thank you, stay tuned, and see you guys next video. I figured I'd show you guys this. This is my old water pump. So I have it in the vise. My new water pump doesn't have these studs. So if you take, where's my camera at? If you take two of the nuts that go on these, so what you do is you run the first one down. Of course the threads are a little rusty. You run the first one down far enough You run the first one down far enough so it's hard for you to see. Hold on. Where is it? There it is. Alright, so run it down far enough to get the second nut on. Once you have the nuts touching each other, you take 2 wrenches and you tighten the nuts together. Now this is the kicker, is you take the inside nut and you reverse it like you're going to take it off. I don't know if you can see it or not, but if you look in the center of the thing here, you actually see the stud moving. See it? So whenever you run the nuts together like that, it makes like a friction bond between the two. I don't know, like exactly a mechanical bond, I guess is what it's called. But this allows you to reverse the stud out of the whatever you're trying to get it out of. You can do this with stuck bolts you need to get out, or studs, exhaust studs. Just like that. And then whenever you put it back into the new water pump, you put your wrench on the top one and you run it down, because the bond's between here and here. Because if you put it on this one and try to tighten it, it'll actually break the bond between this one and this one. Once you hit a flat spot, then the nuts will separate from each other. But you always use the one farthest away from wherever you're trying to get to. But, yep, hope you learned something.